man, I'm back in the garage again. I've got some things I want to do with the Teg, and I thought while I'm here I'm going to name 5 things I hate about this car. Number 1, I hate that I had to do the swap in the first place. When I say that, I don't mean like I wish this never happened. I just mean that, like, if it hadn't happened, I wouldn't have K-swapped. I'd have stayed B series. I was totally happy. It wasn't a plan to ever do this. But when you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. I'm happy we've had it done, but if I hadn't blown up my engine, we would never have done it. Second thing I hate about this car, it's so loud. Like, it's fucking horrible. It has a 3-inch straight through to a K-tuned turn down tip, and it is chronic, absolutely chronic. I do want to get an exhaust for it. I'm speaking to Billy from Cass about getting that done as soon as possible, because it's just horrible to be in. It's very drony, it's not enjoyable, so that needs to go. Number 3, it needs mapped. The bloody emissions lights on all the time. It's running a K-Pro V3 and it's just on the base map for the RBC inlet, so it really needs properly mapped in. We're waiting on AP Performance coming over. There's a bunch of us getting tuned at the same time, so whenever he comes over we'll get that sorted. Number 4, I hate these tyres. They are Nankang NS2Rs. They are noisy. They're not great in the dry unless you roast them on track. They are absolutely woeful on the wet. So bad. But the biggest issue is the noise. Like, it feels like all your wheel bearings are going at the same time. I understand it's just the joys of having a semi-slick tyre, but I was recommended them because they were good for the price, and they are. Like, they're not awful for the price that you pay for them, but I think I'm going to go back to Yokohama's again. I've always had AD08Rs on my cars, so I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and get better tyres, but these will do for now because I don't do mega miles. But aye, NS2Rs are shite. Number 5, I hate having no power steering. When you're parking it, it's awful. On the open roads, totally fine, but for normal everyday driving through towns, villages, parking it, etc., it's just not good enough. So I'm going to fix that today, and this is how I'm going to do it. So I have bought a K20 power steering pump, a DC5 auxiliary belt. I also have these fittings that I got from Iconic Auto Design, and they allow you to have AN lines, but I didn't want AN lines because there's no guarantee that they're going to be able to take the high pressure. So I went to the local hydraulic shop and got a crimp line made up. I also have some pipe for a return, and I have the standard power steering system, so I can make up some sort of return feed back to the bottle. So I'm going to make this up as I go along. If it works, dandy. If it doesn't work, I'll loop it back on and we'll deal with it later on. For the moment, I have a Tegiwa loop kit just onto the rack there. Right, so that's that out. Now I need to put the fittings on the rack. For the high pressure feed, I'm going to use this, which is just from the old power steering system, so that will go on the rack like that. The feed will go up, and then this one will go straight to the rack for the hydraulic line. Right, so as things are sitting, we've got the feed and the return. Right, so the belt is off, the idler pulley is off, and the new pump and belt is on. Now I need to change this fitting. Right, so high pressure line's on. With the fitting, I've got a return from the rack to the bottle and then a feed to the pump. So let's put some fluids in it. Sound happy as Larry. That was it was easier than expected, but it took longer than I expected. You know what I mean? It wasn't an awful job. The wee fitting kit from Iconic Auto Design definitely made that a lot easier. But yeah, I have power steering again. I can tick that off the list. Doesn't actually look too bad. It's not a show car, it's a road car. So, one more thing I want to test out while the bonnet's shut. Bash! So the bonnet clears, it works. I've also had some leftover of that return line stuff, so I changed my vac line because it was too soft and it was there. So like, if I can do that, then an engine can do that. So yeah, power steering and a K-swap. I looked at some kits online, but they were all fucking extortionate. Like, it was ridiculous the amount of money people wanted for a power steering kit. Like the high pressure line from a DC2, 150 quid. I'm not paying that, okay? So the pump I bought on Marketplace for 50 quid postage. The fitting kit from Iconic Auto Designs was 60 quid delivered, 58, 60 quid delivered. The high pressure hydraulic lines and the return pipe was 40 quid. And then serviceable stuff, so like the belt and the fluid, was 40 quid. So £190. I've made a full power steering kit for a K-swap for 190 quid, which is ridiculous when you see how much money people want. It's like 350 to 500 pounds to get a full working power steering system. The bottle is standard. The bracket is just the original bracket from over there, but I've bent it a wee bit. And this feed line here, again, that's just a standard pipe that I've cut. Just got the standard Jubilee clips on. It's so simple to do, and it works great. Perfect.